just look at where his cheekbones lie in relation to his jawbone, and just where his actual shape of the beard really lives, and where the length of the most of the beard actually lives. So what I'm wanting to do here is to create the illusion of more shape towards the jawline of his beard, while actually squaring out the sides a little bit more. So that would be done by creating more shape towards the bottom and releasing some of the length towards the cheekbone area. So that's why you'll see that I'm clipper over combing just towards the jawline area and just really kind of sharpening in some of the length as it goes in towards the jaw and chin areas. So just going back in with my trimmer and my clipper rather, and just doing a little bit of slight fading as it goes in towards the sideburn area. Just looking and paying attention to not only the natural movement of his beard, but just also the natural growth pattern of his hair. Because what I also want to pay attention to is to not create any type of irritation. You know, sometimes when we're working with the trimmer, it's a really close cutting tool, and what we don't want to create is any type of irritation or working against the grain of the hair. And one technique that is really overlooked when it comes to beard shaping is clipper over comb. So you notice I employ that a lot throughout this beard demonstration. So just working with a little bit of the blade slip from Maverick. What this does is it provides a nice smooth surface and a nice canvas for the razor when we're tightening in that nice tight lining for his beard. Just trying to keep it nice and clean, but also keep it wide enough to where you can see the visual balance and the visual shape as we're working into his beard. One of the most important things when you're doing any type of razor work is just stretching of the skin. That's going to be very important as to create a smoother surface, not only for the razor, but it's also going to be important in creating a nice smooth surface. So one thing you'll notice is as we complete one side, we're going to create the exact same process on the non-dominant side. As I move to the opposite side, what you'll notice is I go right back in with that clipper over comb technique around the jawline area, because that's where majority of the bulk is living, where I'm wanting to kind of flatten out that shape a little bit, so that I'm able to go back in and use the freehand clipper technique in order to remove some of those strays and some of those flyaway hairs in order to create more of the shape. So the whole focus of this beard trim is to remove some of the excess bulk so that we're able to freehand the shape into something that's a little bit more manageable and something that's a little bit more flattering given the facial features and the bone structure of our model. So as we work back in with our trimmer, we already have the overall shape of the beard trim, but now we're going to go back in and tighten everything back in with our line work. So one of the things when it comes to beard work and line work is we're working off of the natural bone structure. I'm using the jawline as a point of reference. I'm using the cheekbones as a point of reference. These are all things that I'm using in order to make sure that I have not only a visual balance, but also a structural balance when it comes to the beard itself. And really what I'm using the actual trimmer for is to set a tone, right? Because I know I'm going back in with the razor to kind of tighten in those lines, but I'm using the trimmer just to set the actual shape of the line work. So by using the straightness of the blade, that helps me when I'm working around the mustache. It helps me to keep that nice and straight. Going back in with the blade slip, Maverick blade slip again, great for using those for blade work for these types of edge ups when we're doing any type of beard work, and just stretching that skin. So after the blade work, just coming back in with any type of final touches, I chose to use a little bit of Maverick beard oil. This is going to provide some excellent shine. Also kind of keep some of those stray hairs under control. One little tip I always like to use after some beard oil is I go back in with just a little final touch up, final refinement, just grab some of those stray hairs. I either use a clothes clipper or I like to come back in even with some longer scissors just to kind of refine and touch up and grab some of those stray hairs. And because we're doing a grooming service, you know, there's nothing wrong with maybe grabbing some of those eyebrow hairs if they're a little bit longer. So because we use some razor and trimmer work, we're really close to the skin. We're going to finish up with a little bit of Maverick Cooling Aftershave. Cuts down on any irritation and redness that men may experience when we're going this close. And then finishing up with a little bit of skin and beard lotion. This is going to help to close the pores. Also cuts down on any type of irritation or redness. So really great technique, super simple to do, just all about consistency and balance when it comes to any type of beard shaping or any type of beard edging. Also finished up with a little bit of skin tonic from Maverick. This gives a nice cooling, refreshing scent and finish to the service. Also helps to reduce that redness and close the pores as well. So great service, great finish, great job.